Good morning. It's like 6:20 in the morning and I'm dressed up to go out to run, but it is pretty windy outside, so I'm going to see how it is, and if it's too bad then I will turn around and go home again, but I'm gonna give it a chance, so let's go. So I said at home that it was really windy down by the sea where I live. So I decided to turn up and run into the hills instead and see if it was any better here. And it is. Not a leaf is moving, so that was a great decision. And I've done 5K now, and my full race or lap or whatever will be 10K, so I have half left. But yeah, I'm feeling good. So in the end, it turned out to be a good run. So I made it back from my run and I've taken a shower, which was very nice. I ended up doing 10K, which is what I had planned. And like I said, at the midpoint, it was really windy down here by the sea. So that's why I decided to run up into the hills above Nice instead of running along the sea, which I usually do. And I'm really happy I did. There was almost no wind up there, and once I turned around and started running down towards the sea again, the wind started picking up, so I'm really glad I made that decision. I had a really good run, which makes me very excited because I have a race coming up in just a few weeks. It will be, I think, the first weekend in April, so that's what I'm training for at the moment, so I'm very glad that I had a good run today. So, since this is a vlog about everything I'm doing this weekend, I want to get into the books that I plan on reading this weekend. And the first one is 1Q84 by Japanese author Haruki Murakami. And I'm really enjoying this book. This is the third and final part of this book. And I've enjoyed it so much so far, and I've really enjoyed reading about Japan and Japanese culture, something that's so different from my own, so it's been a great experience. And then I'm also reading two books on my iPad, and the first one is John Le Carre and the book Call for the Dead, which is his first book. And John Le Carre is very famous for his espionage novels, and he actually worked for the MI5 and MI6 in the UK in the 50s and 60s, and then in the 60s he started writing espionage novels based on his own experience, and I just love reading about espionage and the Cold War, so I think this will be right up my alley. It's the first book by him that I've ever read. I have seen like movies and TV series based on his work before, and it really is right up my alley. So I think I will enjoy that book as well. I've only read a few pages so far, but I have high hopes. And then the third and last book I'm reading is Island of Secrets. And this book I don't know too much about. I just started reading it, and I bought it a few months ago and I can't exactly remember what it's about. I thought about looking it up, but I want to be sort of surprised as I'm reading, so I won't look it up. But as far as I've read, the book is about an English woman called Iris, and it's set in the 50s, and at a party in the UK she meets an American woman, and later on, this American woman invites Iris to a wedding in Cuba, which she goes to, and so far as I've read, she's only just arrived in Cuba, and she's very, she's taking everything in, like the big difference between Cuba and the UK. So far I'm really liking it, and I'm hoping that it will be a lot better than sort of a similar book I read last weekend, which is also historical fiction and a bit of romance, and that book was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I had such high hopes for that book because I had seen it all over BookTube and I was so excited to read it, but in the end I was so disappointed. I did not like the characters or the story or the language. I didn't like anything about it, so I'm hoping that this book will be a lot better. So I will start reading now and maybe have some breakfast, and then I will check in with you later when I have something new to say about these books. So I made some breakfast now, just a bagel, 2 eggs and some strawberries, and I'm reading 1Q84, and it's really starting to pick up again, which is very exciting. The pace went down for a little while, but I'm feeling like it's starting to pick up again, and we are getting sort of answers to some of the questions. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading and eat my breakfast. It's an hour later now, and I've been making good progress with 1Q84, and things are starting to happen, so that's very exciting. Now I'm taking a break to go grocery shopping, and I'm going to try out a new place. I've lived here in France for 3 years now, and I've never been to this place. It's called Carre, and they only sell frozen stuff, which is a bit special. There are frozen stuff at the normal grocery stores here, but not that much as you would see in Sweden, where I'm from. So I'm going to check it out, see what they have, see if they have maybe some fish or some veggies or something a bit more fun. I'm going to see what they have. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I made it home from the grocery store, and as you can see, I found a lot of stuff, more than I had planned, but I did find what I was looking for, and I was looking for salmon, which I found. So good. I found cod, a big bag of cod, so I got that. And then I found some other stuff that I thought would be like good to have at home. So a big bag of broccoli, asparagus. I love asparagus, and it's usually like pretty expensive in the grocery store, and sometimes you can't even find it. So this is great. One of my favorite veggies. And then I found like avocado, and I love avocado, but I usually find it such a waste to cut up a whole avocado for one person. So maybe these will be good. I don't know how frozen avocado is, but like I'm willing to give it a try to see how it is. And then I found it's just like a ready meal. I thought like it sounded good. I think it's like chicken and sweet potato puree and some like lemon sauce. So I thought I would try one, see how they are. And then like potatoes that you can make in the oven, and then more fish, and these have like parsley and some other stuff on it. I think it sounded really good, so I'm going to give that a try. And then like onion, just like already pre-cut, which is great, so you don't have to cut up a whole onion every time you need a little bit. So I thought that was very practical. And then bagels, because I love bagels. So I'm hoping these are good. Then I found this like yakitori, and they have, I think there are like 3 different flavors in this one. So I'm hoping they're good. I'm willing to give them a try. And last but not least, I found some like herbs and spices, so parsley, and I think yes, the ciboulette and basil. So yeah, that's it. Oh, so that's it for my grocery haul. I'm super happy with what I found, so I'm excited to start cooking a little bit more. I've been slacking off on that like last year, so super excited about that. And for the rest of the day, I had planned to go into town to take some photos, go to the bookshop, and maybe have some lunch. But it's super windy outside, but I still want to do it, so I think I will give it a try. At least go to the bookshop, and then if it's not too bad, I think I will walk around and take some photos and then have some lunch somewhere, like a baguette or a panini or a bagel or a salad or something. So yeah, I've decided to head into town and see what happens. Finally made it home in the wind. It's super windy, so it got really cold. So I'm glad to be home now. But I did go to 2 bookshops and I bought 3 books, which I have here. And I will feature these in an upcoming book haul. And then I went and had lunch. I had a panini and a Coke Zero. Then I walked around a little bit to take photos, but like I said, it's super windy, so it wasn't super enjoyable, so it was pretty short. I had planned on going a bit further and taking more pictures, but I will save that for another time. Instead, I just focused on taking pictures of some signs and shop fronts that were cool or colorful. So I think I'm going to edit them in a sort of saturated and bold way. See if I can make something cool out of them. So yeah, that was my day so far. Now I think I'm going to lay down and read for a bit, and then yeah, we'll see what I'll do for the rest of the day. So it's now later in the evening and I'm getting super tired, so I'm deciding to end the Saturday portion of this weekend vlog here, and I will continue tomorrow. But yeah, so I've been reading Island of Secrets, and I don't think I told you the name of the author before, but it's Rachel Ries. And I don't think that's the real name of the author. I think her name is Tammy something. And this is just a pseudonym. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. It's sort of a mystery sort of taking shape. And I'm really enjoying the location in Cuba and that it's set in the 1950s. So yeah, so far I'm feeling very positive and I'm looking forward to continue reading. But like I said, I'm super tired, so I'm going to watch some Euphoria on HBO Max, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'm about to fall asleep. So see you tomorrow. It's now Sunday morning and it's still super windy outside, so I decided to take a rest day and skip my morning run and instead spend the morning reading inside. And I've been reading 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami, and I've made really good progress. I have less than 150 pages left, so that's really exciting. I have enjoyed this book immensely, and I'm really looking forward to getting some answers. It has been somewhat repetitive, this last part. A lot of things that were already said in the previous books were repeated, but overall I have enjoyed this book so much. And later today I'm meeting a friend for lunch, so before that I want to do my French homework. So I'm going to read in my big book, and this is in French. So yeah, I read this pretty slowly because I underline all the words I don't know and I look them up. So it's taking me quite some time, but I'm really enjoying this book. It's actually a great read. So even though I call it homework, I do enjoy it very much. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now, and maybe start editing this video, and then I will go out for lunch. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the weather has taken a turn for the worse. It started to rain and it's super windy. So the lunch I had planned with my friend has been postponed. So I'm staying home instead. And to cheer myself up, I went next door and I bought myself some boeuf bourguignon that they had made themselves. So I'm going to make some potatoes to go along with this, and I think that this will be like the perfect Sunday dinner here in France, like for a gloomy Sunday, and hopefully this will cheer me up. So I finished eating my boeuf bourguignon and it was really delicious, and I have started editing this vlog. I edited the footage from yesterday. So now I want to do some more reading, and I'm in the mood for some espionage. So I'm going to read Call for the Dead by Jean-Luc Carre. And I think it will be fun to compare this book to the first James Bond book, Casino Royale, that I read at the beginning of this year. They are obviously sort of similar because they're about espionage, and they were written sort of around the same time. Casino Royale, I believe, was written in 55 or there around, and this book was written, I think, in 61. So I guess they will be sort of similar, but I think Jean-Luc Carre is known more for being a good writer than Ian Fleming, who's mainly just known for being the creator of James Bond. So yeah, it will be fun to compare the two. So I will get to reading and check in with you later. So it's now Sunday evening and it's time to close off this weekend vlog. I've been reading my Jean-Luc Carre book, and so far I'm really into it. It's a very short book. It's only 120 pages. And it's super fast paced. I haven't read that much yet, but still so much has happened. So it never gets boring. It's something is happening all the time. So I really like that. So I think I will continue reading his books. I haven't finished this one yet, like I said, but it won't take long to finish it. And yeah, so far very positive experience. So I want to say thank you for watching this weekend vlog, and see you next time.